Hello, and welcome to Holistic Lifestyle Tips Getting Real About the Woo Woo. I am Becky Russell, owner of wellness company Hope Essential, and I am an essential oil educator and a holistic lifestyle educator. I love to teach and empower people to live healthier, happier lives. And so I feel that it would be selfish of me not to share what I have learned on my 25 plus years of holistic living, and mainly because the reason why I got started on that may apply to a lot of people. Um, in my family, some of the women, as they got to be in their 40s, were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And I feel that, I watch them uh, age and not have a quality of life. So when I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic in my mid 30s, I decided to try a different route. And so I chose the holistic path where you're treating the entire body from the inside out. And I think it served me well because it's at 63. I am not on any diabetes medications. And um, it doesn't mean I don't have any health concerns, but I, first of all, always try to treat holistically. And sometimes I can't, but that's my first direction. And so I just want to share what I've learned and empower you. So every week I tackle a different subject and try to maybe help you see a different way of approaching your health, being more proactive and preventative, and um, just hopefully giving you some help there. So um, tonight we typically talk about an area of health, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual. Sometimes it's one, sometimes two, sometimes three, all three of them. So uh, tonight we're going to talk about caffeine, of all things. And it's something that's sort of on my mind because I was recently diagnosed with AFib. And because of those medications and the diagnosis, I am not supposed to have caffeine. So this has sort of put me on research mode, and I'm learning a lot, and I just want to share what I'm learning with you. So uh, just be aware that this is just a lot of it's my opinion, but this is based on some research, and always do your own research. So this is week 80, believe it or not. So that's pretty exciting. So every day, billions of people rely on caffeine to wake them up or to get through the night shift or the afternoon slump. It's a natural stimulant that is found most commonly in coffee, teas, chocolate. Um, it's often talked about in a negative way about sleep and anxiety, but there are some health benefits. There are, but just keep in mind there's no nutritional value on its own. So, what exactly is caffeine? It's a natural stimulant most commonly found in tea, coffee, and cacao plants. It works by stimulating the brain and central nervous system, helping you stay alert and prevent the onset of tiredness. Historians track the first brewed tea as far back as 2737 BC, so it's been around a long time. It's, of course, in soft drinks now, and 80% of the world's population consumes a caffeinated product each day. And the number goes up to 90% for adults in North America. So that's a huge, huge number there. So how does this actually work? Well, once consumed, caffeine is quickly absorbed from the gut into the bloodstream. And from there, it travels to the liver and is broken down into compounds that can affect the function of various organs. So, with all that said, though, caffeine's main effect is on the brain. It functions by blocking the effects of adenosine. I hope I'm saying that right, which is a neurotransmitter that relaxes the brain and makes you feel tired. So, normally, adenosine levels build up over the day, making you increasingly more tired. But caffeine helps you stay awake by connecting to adenosine receptors in the brain without activating them. So this blocks that effect, leading to the tiredness. It may also increase blood adrenaline levels and increase brain activity of the neurotransmitters dopamine and uh, let's see, I'm not sure how to pronounce this one, norepinephrine. So this combination further stimulates the brain and promotes a state of alertness and focus. So because of it affects your brain, caffeine is often referred to as a psychoactive drug. So this may be why some people consider it not healthy. Uh, it's natural, yes, but that doesn't always mean healthy. Additionally, caffeine tends to exert its effects quickly. For instance, the amount found in 1 cup of coffee can take as little as 20 minutes to reach the bloodstream and about 1 hour to reach full effectiveness. So that's pretty quick. So what foods and drinks have caffeine? It's one of those things that's sort of hidden too. So just reading the label doesn't always tell you. But it's naturally found in seeds, nuts, and leaves of certain plants. And so some of the things we know, like espresso, has 240 to 720 milligrams in 8 ounces. Coffee, 102 to 200 milligrams. Energy drinks, 50 to 160. Tea, 40 to 120. Soft drinks, 20 to 40 milligrams. Decaffeinated coffee, 3 to 12 milligrams. And just to make that point, decaffeinated does not mean caffeine free. I just learned this a couple years ago. Caffeine free is the label you're looking for when you do not want any caffeine. Decaffeinated just means it's quite a bit less caffeine, but not zero. And then chocolate milk has 2 to 7 milligrams. So, of course, chocolate is one we know with the caffeine. Milk chocolate, 1 ounce, contains 1 to 15 milligrams, and 1 ounce of dark chocolate has 5 to 35 milligrams. So that may be something hard to find in the ingredients. I don't think it's automatically in there. And then, of course, some over-the-counter medicines and prescriptions have caffeine. I know for sure Excedrin for migraines has the caffeine. That's one of the things that helps with the migraine. So this is I know you can't read the fine print there, but that's a cool diagram. It shows, it's from a 2018 article, and it shows how the uh, caffeine affects the different body systems. And I think some of these are super important, and you may not know what the effect is. So if you already suffer from any kind of heartburn issues, the acidity in the coffee can make it worse. And they do make low acidic coffee, so that may be an option, but just know that that's not a good match, you know, if you already have heartburn. And the other thing that's super important is if you are taking a calcium supplement with your breakfast and you're having coffee with your breakfast, caffeine prevents calcium absorption. So you're wasting your money. You're taking that calcium and it's just being basically erased because of the caffeine. So wait a couple of hours to take your calcium. And if you suffer from anxiety issues or sleep issues, caffeine's not your friend. If you have high blood pressure, caffeine is not your friend. Rapid heartbeat. I know with the AFib and the meds I'm on at the moment, I'm looking for natural alternatives. It's not caffeine is not recommended. And then I did not know this, but if you have fertility issues, caffeine is not your friend. I knew if you were pregnant, you were not supposed to have caffeine because it can go through the placenta to the baby. But I did not know it could affect fertility. So that is something that might be helpful to know. And there's a lot more on here. Some of the pros, it says that it can decrease risk of oral cancer. I had never heard of that. It can decrease suicide risk. That is something I was not aware of either. And then of course, the alertness is something we all know about. So with the way it can improve mood and brain function, basically, caffeine has the ability to block the brain signaling molecules, adenosine. And this causes a relative increase in other signaling molecules, such as dopamine. And this affects the messaging is thought to benefit your mood and brain function. So that's pretty powerful. And again, it was saying how there's been a study to show it helps lower the risk of suicide. And I just had never, I was not aware of that at all. Caffeine may boost metabolism and fat burning. Now, this is from way back when I was younger. The big craze was the diet pills, and they had all this caffeine and so many other things. And there were some big issues, side effects from that. But because of its ability to stimulate the central nervous system, caffeine may increase metabolism by up to 11% and fat burning up to 13%. So that is impressive. But even though it does this, these effects are likely to remain small over the long term. So don't count on that as being the answer for everything. The other thing is when it comes to exercise, caffeine may increase the use of fat as fuel. That's a perk. This is beneficial because it can help the glucose stored in the muscles last longer and potentially delaying the time it takes your muscles to reach exhaustion. So that's a good thing. And then caffeine may protect against heart disease and diabetes. I had not heard that either. Despite what you may have heard, caffeine doesn't raise the risk of heart disease. And then other studies have shown that it can help lower the risk of stroke. And then the thing they keep saying, though, is there may be other ingredients in caffeine that also help with this. It's not just caffeine. Caffeine may also protect against diabetes. I have not heard that. And then other benefits of coffee are they're basically considered, it's supposedly safe, but there can be some side effects. So one that I'm sure you've heard in the news about the energy drinks. There can be, basically doses of 500 milligrams of caffeine. It can be a fatal overdose, and that's what some of those reports were with those energy drinks. Also, the interaction of caffeine with some medications. If you are taking muscle relaxers or antidepressants, that you should avoid caffeine. Be sure and read your inserts of all your medications. So in anxiety meds, the beta blockers, blood thinners. So just be careful. And so the bottom line is caffeine is not the devil, like we'd sort of been led to believe years ago, but I think moderation is the key here. And then also don't feel like just because like someone like me who isn't supposed to have caffeine that I'm doomed and I can't have all those benefits, because remember there's a lot of choices out there. So one thing I want to talk about, doTERRA has a natural energy supplement, and it's called Mito 2 Max, And it is all natural. It's not going to have any side effects. Safe ingredients that support mitochondrial function for natural energy production. Regular energy drinks often contain stimulants with unwanted side effects and high amounts of sugar. So this is a great alternative to that. And then one of the reasons it is so effective is it includes ashwagandha root, and it's been called the herb of the ages due to the many uses it provides, and it's been studied. It's in a lot of things, but be aware that ashwagandha is one of those herbs that if you are on blood thinners, that is not something you want to mix. So do your research. If you are on any medications, read that insert and do extra research. And then also other natural ways to get that energy is if you eat healthier, get your sleep, and manage your stress. Those are going to help your energy levels guaranteed. And then if you supplement with quality supplements, because we typically do not get all the nutrition we need from our food, then this is the Lifelong Vitality Pack from doTERRA. It just fills in those gaps for the nutrition that we're lacking. And people who have started this, some notice within days a higher energy level, because it's sort of like, if you've seen a plant that has not been watered for a long time, and you give it some water and you literally see it coming to life. That's how I think of our gut, our bodies, when it's been deprived of the nutrients it needs for so long. When we give it that, that fix, it just comes alive. So there are people that literally within days see a difference. Some take a little longer, but it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. I feel it's the foundation for your gut health, for your overall health. I will take these until I die. I believe in them so firmly. So I would love to know if you had any aha moments, what you're going to take away from this tonight. Please put it in the comments. And also, if you want to catch up on some other videos, go to my website, hopeessential.com. You can follow me on my Facebook business page, Hope Essential LLC. And there's events and giveaways and education. And I would love to help you get empowered about your health and age with quality of life. That's what we all deserve and need. So till next time, choose you, choose natural, choose now.